Now, a message from the UN.
All right, boys, let's show them who we are.
We're in the opening band. We're in the opening band. They gave us too many rules. They think we're fucking fools. We're in the opening band. We're in the opening band. We're in the opening band. Our monitors have no bass. We get no parking space. We're in the opening band. We get no artist pass. Bartender serves us last. We're in the opening band. Can't get in VIP, cause nobody knows me. We're in the opening band. Won't let me bring in my sister or use the headliner's pisser. We're in the opening band.
Let's start the show.
Then we're live. Andy Frasco's World Saving Podcast. I'm Andy Frasco. How's our heads? How's our minds? How's my favorite co-host and everyone's favorite trivia star, Nick Gerlach, doing?
Pretty well, a little tired.
Really making a name out of yourself for this trivia thing, bud.
I know. Fuck, it's going to ruin my entire music career. I'm going to end up just a trivia guy. Although you can
Could be fun.
You can do trivia older.
What if like you were like a game show host?
I would love that, actually.
Yeah, be awesome.
I'm doing it at Big What. I'm
basically doing it.
I'm going to host a game show second day at Big What this weekend. So it'll be pretty fun.
How's everyone going? How are you feeling on this? I'm feeling great.
You're home.
Surprisingly, feel really good.
Yeah, because you went to trivia last night.
Yeah, well, I did 8 shows in 11 days, and I thought I'd be a fucking dog shit. Yesterday, you're like, oh, I'll get out of here. I'll get out of here.
I was like, I don't know. I just felt like I was bothering you.
No, I was just
Self-aware, you know?
yeah, I'm just like trying to sleep more.
I'd rather be less than, just too little than too much,
Sitting on your couch and watching television is so awesome.
Bro, it's the greatest drug on earth.
Holy shit.
It's so much better than booze or
Dude, so much better than just chilling at a bar.
God, I love it.
What happened to me? I kind of love it. I think I'm just getting older.
You just didn't do it enough. You were on the road. You can't really do it when you're on the road, but now you're home sometimes and you can actually sit down and just enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
God,
I watched so many documentaries and fell asleep through all of them. It was awesome.
Yeah, but you only need the first half of any documentary. They're all too long anyway.
Yeah, they are.
They're all getting too long. Every Netflix documentary is like a 3-episode thing.
Yeah, it's like you don't need to stretch shit out anymore.
It's like we already know. You told us what happened.
Yeah, it's like you told us in the beginning to trigger us in, and now you're gonna like expand it, just stretching out what suspense that.
What are you, a jam band? Where'd you go this time? East Coast.
East Coast.
The Beast Coast.
Yeah, the Hamptons.
Ooh.
Nantucket. I love Nantucket so much.
I've never been, but it seems cool. Chicken Box, is that
Chicken Box.
That's the Nantucket spot?
Cape Cod I love too.
Really?
All these I want to get rich enough to have like a second house in one of those like East
G-Love?
Coast, like G-Love. I want to be like G-Love.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good guy to be like. Seems pretty happy.
He seems happy. He's surfing. He's like, hey man, I can't co-collab on your post yet. I'm going surfing. I'm like, okay.
Cool, bro.
I'm like, fuck.
I sauld the background on the Zoom interview. He looks like he's doing pretty well.
Yeah, he had a nice house.
He got that song.
He got that money, baby.
He got the sauce.
He's got the sauce. But I like summer tours, like at those beach towns. Everyone's happy.
Yeah.
They're like off work and they're like at their side house.
And they're rich, so like they're not
rich.
like anxious about other stuff when they're off work. They're like, oh, cool, I'm not at work.
Yeah. I like Baltimore a lot.
I love that city.
It's such a fucking awesome city.
Great baseball stadium. If you ever like have a day off there, I went to a game there one time when we were touring through there, 8x10 or whatever.
Yeah.
It's right by there. It's fucking beautiful.
We didn't have any duds. I think we sold out almost everything.
Oh yeah, again, rich. He rich.
Yeah, no, the small venues, but we sold 1,000 tickets in Wilmington.
That's
Pretty
a lot.
good.
I mean, Wilmington's not like a big city.
Yeah,
so that's hard.
I love, I gotta give credit where credit's due. John Bongiorno,
Bonnie,
my fucking agent.
I love that guy.
He's the fucking man.
We're about to hang out. He's coming to town, but you're gonna be out of town.
Krungben was just at the 2 nights at the Hollywood Bowl, sold 35,000 tickets.
That's how big the Hollywood Bowl is?
18 each.
Oh, I didn't know it was that big. I thought it was like Red Rock size.
Like, good for you, John. I'm so happy for you. But also, like, he knew.
He needs to buy those baseball cards.
Yeah, he needs to buy. Yeah, he needs to get. I want to get the big boy one. That real fancy one that's like millions of dollars.
Honus Wagner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like what, 80 million though.
So I don't know. It's like 2 of them.
Yeah. But he always knows what to do on the last weekend of tour.
Really?
Like,
What do you mean?
He'll always put the best shows at the last weekend of tour.
That's smart.
Yeah,
That's good
it's
routing.
very smart. It's like you don't want to be like, you don't want to play the shittiest shows at the end. You want to do,
They should be in the middle, actually.
yeah, you want to do the shittiest shows in the middle. You want to have a really good start and a really good end.
A reverse bell
That's
curve.
why everyone's like happy. Like at the end of that show, it was like such a Wilmington was such a great crowd for us. Everyone's hugging. My band was hugging each other.
What?
It was crazy. We were hanging out. Sean's birthday party lasted 48 fucking hours.
Hell yeah.
What a blast!
Happy
Though.
birthday.
46. Sean's 46 years old.
I wouldn't guess he's a day over 35.
He looks young as shit, dude.
Having a hot wife is good for you.
Yeah, and he's starting to wear like sleeveless shirts.
Ooh.
So he's like all his tats are out. I'm like, damn, this dude's.
Is he
I
a
think
lot of
Sean's
tattoos?
hot. Sean's hot.
Yeah, for sure. He has a lot of tattoos.
Dude, he got tatted up so hard in the last year. They look like prison tattoos, you know, like when you just have like a bunch of random tattoos.
I like that sometimes.
Yeah.
If you have a lot of them, though. You have to have a lot of them if you're going to do that. Yeah, he's hot for sure, man. You know he's a good lover, too.
Yeah.
A vigorous, energetic lover.
Floyd was sick of us by the end of the tour, dude.
Fuck Floyd.
He's like, fuck it.
Oh, yeah, like you're not sick of his routine. Dirty. He's always dirty, covered in dirt. Barely making it to stage on time.
Yeah, then we go to his house in Nantucket. It's like fancy ass house.
Yeah,
like, I'm
remember,
like, what
remember
the
you were in
fuck
his
is
studio?
going on here?
You put that video up of you in his studio, and I was like, Floyd has a nice studio? I
Dude,
was
his
like,
he has his own studio. It's sick as fuck.
I thought he just like had headphones and a laptop. And
No,
like
he's got a real
bathroom
studio.
somewhere.
Like the woman who created the studio in Nantucket, who built it for Floyd. She's like one of the owners of Google.
Oh, that's a good company though.
I realize Nantucket is run by women, which is fucking awesome.
It is?
Yeah,
Oh.
because all the sailors would go out and
right.
go fish, the fishermen stuff, and the women had to take care of the island.
Like Perfect Storm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like-
basically that's what that is.
The movie Perfect Storm.
Yeah. So shout out to fucking bad bitches.
Without the tragic ending.
Speaking of bad bitches, we got Lindsay Lou on the show tonight.
Oh man, she was so soothing and
Oh my God, her voice is so. Dude, you guys are gonna hear this interview. She is so soothing.
cancel your Calm app subscription for this month. You can just use this podcast instead.
She goes, well, I like when she thought about stuff. She's like,
Yeah, I love when people do that.
I like, when they actually think about it, not just like verbally diarrhea.
I had a teacher like that in college. Every time you would ask him something, he's a philosophy teacher, and every time you'd ask him something, he'd go for like a minute, and he'd just sit there, and then he'd answer.
I love that.
Sad story about him. He retired. He died the day after he retired.
See, this is why you don't retire.
Don't ever retire. You will die.
You will die.
But he just taught philosophy. Like, what are you retiring from?
Yeah.
Reading books and talking about your favorite thing all day?
You're basically, instead of
Yeah.
doing philosophy for kids, you're doing it with your wife.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, tour was great. Yeah, everything's fun. I'm heading to LA, so I'm like,
Real big wedding.
Dolav's getting married.
Oh, yeah.
Dolav Cohen, unbelievable. The one that got away.
Yesterday,
Everyone thought he was going to be my gay lover.
Yesterday I was talking to Andy.
Fuck up, Nick.
Yesterday I was talking to Andy, and I was like, "Why are you going to LA?" I figured you're going there to work with Candy on the track. You're like, Dolav's wedding. And I was like, Cohen? Dolav Cohen? As if there's like 40 Dolavs.
He's getting married.
I'm happy for him.
I am too.
I don't know if I'm happy for her, but I'm definitely happy for him. I'm just kidding. I'm sure she's great.
I got to say a speech. I've been working on it.
How long?
I don't know.
Feels super long.
But it's like, I'm really looking forward to it because
just speak from the heart, man.
a lot of my friends that do speeches, that done speeches for all the weddings, they just get real annoying about it.
Why?
They just like make it about them.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah. And I don't want to do that. I
Keep it
wanna
under
do
3
about
minutes. Speak from the heart.
Yeah, everyone's like, my two of my friends.
Maybe get a haircut.
Yeah, my boy Danny. Oh, Danny Cigar just had a kid too. Happy
Whoa!
congratulations, Danny. This is the podcast. Everyone's growing up besides our degenerate ass. We're out here at fucking trivia and then going to the Don's Tavern at 2. I went to Don's after trivia.
I thought you said you went
Or
home.
Vesper.
I don't even Vesper Lounge or something.
I went to Vesper.
Where's
yeah.
that?
I wanted to. I don't know. I was driving.
But where is that?
It's right next to my house.
Oh, that place. Yes.
They got good burgers, but
Burgers.
I'm trying not to eat late night.
I know, but you come on, you're skinny. You can eat a little
I
later.
don't know. I've put on some LBs.
You bulking up? Well, that's just all muscle mass, I think.
Thanks, Nick. God, you're such a great friend.
Pure muscle, baby. Lean muscle.
Lean muscle.
Everyone's having kids, and we just talked to Magda. He's like, "Yeah, I love my kids. I have them."
I know.
And we're out here. So,
Is that hard?
is that hard?
Whenever I know it's so weird when people talk to us about how like they love being a dad, and we're just like, yeah, we're losers. I don't know. I always feel like a loser when they talk about that. But it's better than being the other way about it and being like I hate when people who don't have kids are like mean to people who do have kids, like they're idiots or something.
Right.
It's like, no, actually, kind of like you're the one that's being the idiot. You're like supposed to biologically have a kid, but there's nothing wrong with not having a kid. But don't be a dick to parents. It's hard.
Right. Don't be a dick to parents.
They're raising the people that are going to take care of you when you're in a nursing home because you're going to be in a nursing home because you didn't have kids. Yeah, kids are fun, man. I'm not around them very much, but people are too hard on kids. You know, like
I know.
Parents can be more annoying than kids, but
They're very more annoying.
yeah, kids are chill, man. They got imagination. They're fun to talk to. Like how they see the world. It's like, whoa, you're like a dog.
I know. Guys, we're starting the Pigeons Frasco Dogs Tour this week.
Woo!
Big shows.
Let's hear some of those.
Pier 17 in New York. We're already at 2,600 tickets sold.
Dream venue.
Yeah. We need to sell about 900 more, guys. So let's
Is that
go.
the rooftop one?
Yeah.
Okay, that's sick.
That's like the coolest venue in New York.
Yeah.
And then we're playing Worcester. We're playing Charlottesville, Devil's Backbone. That'll be fun.
Oh, cool.
Birmingham.
Birmingham,
And then I'm doing my own show at
Birmingham.
Bearsville Theater.
Alabama.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you were going all the way down there.
Yeah, we're doing, I can't remember the other dates.
Where's
There's a
Bears
few.
Theater again?
Virginia Beach, I'm excited about. We played Outer Banks too. That was a fucking party too.
Mm. They get down on the Outer Banks. They made a
get
whole
down.
Netflix show about it.
Yeah. You know
Where's
what else?
Bears Theater again?
Woodstock.
Well, that's right. We play there. Bearsville. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. So head over and we'll be streaming them on volume.com. Volume.com, live stream company of the century. Yes. Watch out, Nugs. There's a new competitor in
I like
town,
that we're just
baby.
calling out Nugs. I'm going to get in the comments on some of those live streams. When you
Do
guys
it with
do
me
them.
tomorrow.
Are
It's
you doing
fun.
it tomorrow?
I'm doing one tomorrow.
I'll get in there. Yeah. But like during your show, I'll get in there a little bit.
I like the chat. I like being in the chat.
I like it, but it's fun.
It's fun. They all and like our fans are all
They're nice.
They're fucking nice.
No one called me fat or a loser.
Yeah, everyone,
Like drug bands.
Some drug bands are just like, fuck, they should have played this better. And our fans are like, hey Andy, so what'd you eat today?
Yeah,
I'm like,
exactly.
I love you guys.
Nick, ask us another question.
Yeah, we played trivia.
Yeah,
in
we
the
played a
chat.
little light trivia, and you gave away some merch.
Yeah.
So if you get in there, you might get a free Andy T-shirt.
Yeah. So once a week we're gonna
It's
be
very
doing
generous.
we're replaying some of the old Pigeons dog shows from last tour. to
Oh,
get
that's why
ready.
you're doing it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll hop in there tomorrow.
Hop in.
Yeah.
But volume.com, they're the best. They take care of us. They take care of me and Nick very well.
Yes.
They hired us a staff. They got us all taken care of so we could.
We got Marty.
We got Marty. We got
Connie.
Joe. We got Constantine.
the magician.
We got the magician. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Constantine. I haven't given him love yet. He officially.
We got the magician's
He
guild.
got it. Magic Castle.
Magic Castle.
He's becoming a magician at Magic Castle. They allowed him. He was stressing about it. He was having like diarrhea about it. I would be too stressed out.
Tough world, that magic game, I guess. I don't
guess.
know
I have no
anything
idea.
about it.
No idea.
Very interesting skill to have.
Yeah.
Seems like he got good at it really fast.
Yeah, he was good. He was pulling it out at the volume corporate party last year. I'm like, oh, damn, Constant, you're doing good.
I do like a good card trick.
So head to volume.com. They're the best staff. They take care of everyone. And you might as well start subscription companies because that's the future. We're trying to keep music alive, people. And we
Everything's
can't make
monthly.
money off royalties off Apple, so we need to support your bands in a different way, fans.
Mm-hmm.
And that's through subscription.
Yep.
All right, guys. We're going to keep this short because the Lindsay Lou interview was
6 hours. I think
6 hours. It was
came in.
6 hours because we just loved hearing her
We
talk.
cut it
She was
down to
like,
5.5.
yeah, she was just like so soothing. I was like mesmerized, and she's just so cool.
Yeah.
If you don't know, hey Chris, play some Lindsay Lou while we're
Stunning
pimping
woman.
her out. Stunning, beautiful. She's married to Kyle Tuttle,
Oh, yeah.
one of our favorites, one of the great interviews of the World Saving Podcast archives. You can find that at volume.com. We talk about life. We talk about her growing up in Michigan. I mean, she was around Billy and
Traverse
Strings
City, I
and
love
Traverse
Traverse
City. That it's
I love
cold
playing
as
there.
fuck out there. Dude.
I love playing there, though. It's fun.
It's fun. It's
Yeah.
pretty. Real pretty. Michigan's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
A little prude for me.
I used to have a little girlfriend up there.
Michigan's a little prude with how the crowd's a little prude.
I mean, they're rich up there. It's a lake town. Those are rich people.
Yeah.
It's like Nantucket vibe.
Yeah,
Midwest Nantucket.
Midwest Nantucket.
Kind of is.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But you're gonna love this interview. Then next week is Aaron Magner, I think. Or no, next week is you and I.
Yeah, then Mags.
And then
probably.
Magners.
That was a great one. We just did.
Oh, we just did Aaron Magner's. That was fucking
That
awesome.
can talk in a good way.
That boy could talk and he's smart.
He's smarter than both of us.
He's smarter than both of them, and he
said foibles.
He said foibles, and he said, he should be talking, not Barber or Brownie.
No, they're cool.
He should be the one being the representative of that band.
No, they should all be the representative.
Yeah, you're right.
It would be funny if Alan was, though.
Yeah. It's always the keyboard players. Joel Cummins is a smart motherfucker.
It's a hard instrument.
Yeah.
Takes a lot of intelligence to play it.
What are you saying? Saying
observing the piano.
Saying that I'm smart?
I think you're smart. I've never said you're not smart in my life, actually.
I play piano. That's what I say.
I've never once implied that you're not smart. Why are you acting like
I'm saying you think I'm smart.
Yeah.
Oh,
babe. The fuck is wrong with you? I just said it 4 times.
You missed me.
Yeah,
I missed you. We haven't hung out in a long time.
Yeah, we've been different states.
We're gonna do that big what here next week too.
Hell yeah, that's gonna be a vibe. I'm gonna be hanging all weekend.
Yeah, we'll hang out.
You'll be there the first night, and then I'm staying.
Good.
If anybody wants to hang out with me, text me.
Yeah, go show some.
I'll hang out. I'll come to your campsite.
We're doing a live podcast at the Big What. Also, this weekend is the Big What. Come on, guys, head out to North Carolina. Support the boys. A big something.
Yep.
We are doing
late night radio's on it. Fucking Mark Brownstein's doing a set.
And I'm surprised because it comes out Tuesday. The band may or may not be with me.
Wink,
wink, wink. At Big What.
There may or may not have been a Radius Clause thing.
There may or may not have been a Radius Clause.
Andy Frasco jam.
Yeah, that we had to call it the Secret Andy Frasco jam, but really, maybe wink, wink, wink. My band will be.
I should auction off a thing like, I'll come sit at your campsite with you and your homies for 2 hours and we'll just shoot the shit. He just did all our drugs and left.
Yeah, he didn't talk at all. He just stared at everyone.
He asked us all what we do for a living,
and then walked away.
And he said,
All right, guys, enjoy Lindsay Lou, and we'll catch you next week where Nick and I will just shoot the shit. Mm-hmm. It was hard to do the shoot the shit on Zoom. I'm like it better. I feel more comfortable.
Well, it's always better. House. It's always better, but it was pretty good though. It was a good episode. It was good. There's funny shit in there.
There was some funny shit.
Getting used to it. Riverside will be better too.
Yeah, too. All right, guys. Goodbye.
Bye.
Wow, a real life angel is on our show today.
Wow,
Lindsay Lou, how you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing?
What is it like being Lindsay Lou? That's my first question.
Oh boy. I mean, I think like anybody, there's a lot. But it's cool. I'm like, Kyle and I just bought our first house.
What? Whoa. Kyle Tuttle.
So that's been sort of like consuming me because I'm like, I love nesting so much. Like everywhere I go, when I tour, if I'm on like van and trailer tour, I bring everything and my kitchen sink, and I like I try to book a string of Airbnbs because I love being home, and like my bass player's always teasing me because after the gig I'll be like, all right, let's go home now, because it's like wherever I like create a home wherever I go, and I love that. I'm an Aries with my sun sign in the 4th house. I love to nest.
So does that mean it makes touring a little more comfortable? Because if you could make a home everywhere, some people don't have that in their brain, and that's why they hate touring.
Yeah, I do feel like everywhere I go, I'm home. And I've been like touring so hard since like 2011. I've like never really stopped. Even during the pandemic, it's like I found a way. I started doing the River Wondergrass thing and outdoor things, and there's really only been like 3 months there where I, in the thick of the pandemic, where I wasn't off doing something. So, I don't know, maybe I think maybe I love to nest so much, and I love creating home wherever I go, that I always feel like I'm home. And I do think because I've been doing it for so long, it's like, and in the early days, you do so many home stays. It's like anybody's home is my home at this point. It's like I walk into anybody's house and open up the fridge because it just feels right.
Right. Have you always been an independent person, or have you always had like relationships?
Both. Yeah. I'm like a chronic monogamer. I've been in a like long term relationship since I was 14. You know, I'm basically on to my third husband here. But I had like a boyfriend in high school, and we lived together in high school and in the first couple years of college. And then I met Josh, and I was with Josh for 13 years. And we've toured together for all of it. And now I've been with Kyle for, this is almost I think we're about to start year 4. Is that right? No. Yes. Yeah. Something like that. But I'm also like independent almost to a fault, you know?
Right.
So it's like, I've always had a partner. I've always been with somebody, and it basically goes like right from one person to the next person. I've not really ever been single.
Yeah.
Which sometimes I wonder about myself with that. But I also am like, you know, I don't know. I'm very much doing my own thing all the time, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of fascinating. Like, what is it about always being in a relationship that you need to distract you, but you're also so independent? Like, it's like, do you need both to have a balanced life?
I think so. I'm like a little bit obsessed with the notion of balance. And I think that's, you know, I don't know. I guess so. I think that's it. What you just said.
What fascinating.
Do you think your independence makes you a better partner though too, because you're not so codependent on them and they can also have their own independent life too?
Yeah. Totally. You know, and it's not that I haven't had my flings with codependents, you know, but I try to be self-aware. I think I'm very self-aware and really invested in self-reflection and evolution in a self-reflective way, you know? It's like I've been, I do the therapy every 2 weeks and have been doing it for the last several years and you know, just try to keep myself honest with myself, you know? I think that it's like the easiest to become dishonest with yourself. And that's like the first thing you have to keep some eyes on. So yeah. Anyway, that being said, I have had my flings with codependence, but I don't think that it's in my nature to be that kind of person.
Have you ever had codependent problems outside of relationships or music?
Is there anything outside of relationships and music?
Maybe family, drugs.
Is there a world out there?
What about
Is there
drugs?
a world out there?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm on this like very frustrating ride with tobacco and have been for, I was a, you know, epic pothead for a decade. I've smoked weed all day, every day. And was, I guess, codependent with that. I guess I need to think about codependent in terms of that. I always think about it in terms of a relationship, right? Where you're like encouraging you like want to uphold this. Yeah, I guess I can see how that would work. But anyway, I wanted to get a clear head, so I took my first year off of all substances in 2017.
Wow.
I called it Sober 17. And I started smoking tobacco as because I love ritual, you know, ritual is like really important to me. I'm kind of like a space cadet and rituals like keep me grounded. And so, you know, I wanted to have a clear head and tobacco gave me the ritual, but didn't make me stoned for the next, 20 minutes before I wanted to smoke again. And that was kind of dumb, obviously, because, you know, they say tobacco is harder to quit than cocaine, which I have definitely found to be true.
It is. I feel
and
that way
it's also
too.
not.
One of the most addictive substances.
It's also not. It's like I've listened to Alan Carr's Easy Way to Quit Smoking twice now, and I really do believe everything he says is true. He kind of frames it as like, it's not really about the nicotine addiction, which we know. It's like after like a day or two, the nicotine is gone from your body, and it's like he calls it the nicotine addiction is the little monster, but like everything that surrounds it is the big monster. And the big monster is like all the triggers that you have and this idea that you have, this idea that we tell ourselves that it's hard. It's like every time you tell yourself that it's hard, you're reinforcing it being hard. And every time somebody else says that to you or you try to replace it with something else, and he goes about the whole book just sort of dispelling all the myths about smoking. And it's really good. And I all last year I would do 2 months off. It was basically like a month and a half off, month and a half on. So I would quit for a month and a half and I would smoke for a month and a half because the hardest thing for me is just being restrictive. I love sort of self, denial of things, but also there's like this rebel, this like teenager, toddler in me that's like, well, I don't want to do that, or I want to do that, whether or not I want to or not. It's like I just don't want to be told no,
right?
I don't want to tell myself no even, and that's been the hardest thing, I think, to get over. But it's like just realizing that you actually don't want it is the easiest way to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like, and so then this year I thought I really gave it up for real. And I didn't smoke for 3 months, basically January, February, March, half of April. And then I was just at this chick's house in Nevada City, and she had this cool yurt that I was staying in. And it was a beautiful day, and I was like, man, I just would love to smoke a cigarette on the deck of this yurt. And I didn't do it. I was on tour, and it's almost easier for me when I'm on tour because I'm so fucking busy with everything to not do those things, to not drink and smoke or whatever. But then I got home, and I got thrust into this house buying business. And I was like, okay, I deserve a cigarette because this is stressful.
That's a trigger right there. Yeah.
This bitch is back, dude.
Here comes the real estate agent.
This bitch is back. And it took me like 2 weeks to smoke that pack. I would only have one in the evening, which was a beautiful thing. But then it was like a 4-day pack. And now I'm like every other day or every 3 days or something. But it's like it goes so fast back to a pack a day. It's so easy.
Especially when you're stressed out of new shit. It's like that meditation that without doing fucking yoga.
Yeah.
That's sick.
There is something to
There's
it.
something about that sick, dude.
It just kind of
Go
resets
outside and you're like Ben Affleck in that meme, dude, where he's just smoking a cigarette.
Like sometimes you're smoking and you don't even want a cigarette. You just want to go smoke a cigarette. You know what I mean? It's not really about the nicotine. It's just like, well, I just got done with my set, so I think it's time to have a cigarette.
Or just like it's your time to be alone.
It's about the ritual.
Yeah.
It is totally the ritual, And like my therapist always trying to help me find something to do like in place of that, But it's like, just the ritual of like lighting something. And it's true. I don't want cigarette. I don't want the taste in my mouth. I don't want to smell like it. I don't want to feel it in my body. But I want to do the thing.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do the thing with something else. It's like for a long time I smoked spliffs, and it would be like a third tobacco, a third like herbs like mullein and calendula and spearmint and then a third weed. And I would try doing it without tobacco, and it's like I just don't like it. I don't actually I like, you know what I mean? I want the impossible. I want to smoke a cigarette without smoking a cigarette, but I don't want the replacements because I don't like the replacements.
Right.
I've never been into vaping. That does not appeal to me at all.
And who wants to smoke
and the herbs
a fucking...
just like, don't do it for me.
Yeah, you want to smoke a lavender cigarette? Fuck that. Do the real thing.
We're going to find out in 20 years those are actually worse for you than cigarettes, I think, too.
Probably.
Yeah.
What do you think What do you think it is, this idea of when you can't have your way? You talked about this earlier. Tell me about your past with your mom and dad. What was your relationship like with your parents?
Good. I love my mom and dad. They drink a lot, and my mom smokes. And I have a easy relationship with my dad. My mom and me are, trying to work through the difficultness that we have with each other, which is sad because neither of us want it to be like that, but it just is. But there's just like a lot of substance abuse in my family. I've had like within like a month period, I had a month or 2 months, I had a cousin die of a fentanyl overdose, an uncle die of a fentanyl overdose, and an uncle die of lung cancer from, smoking like 2 packs a day for his whole life.
Right.
And when that happened, it was like, fuck cigarettes, fuck tobacco, and then when I started smoking again, I feel there's so much shame around it. That's the worst part. I just want to be comfortable being myself and doing whatever I'm doing. And like, I don't want to feel shame about anything. Yeah. And there's, and just like knowing, and it's not that and I like talked to my mom about this too, cause she was in a similar situation where my mom like smokes, but she's never been like a pack a day smoker. She's like, she smokes kind of sparingly. And even now, like she says, she'll go days without smoking, but she won't quit, And she had the same thing where when Uncle Tom died, she like didn't smoke for a while, and then she did, and it's like you feel bad about it, but then you reason with yourself, you're like, yeah, but he smoked two or 3 packs a day, and I don't smoke that much, so I'll probably be fine. Music is more like, it's like a spirituality. It's and there's some similarities. If I have this like thing where I'll want to practice, and then it's like this rebel pipes up and is like, adds 4 extra things to my to-do list that I'll just do real quick before I do that. Just like classic getting in your way business. But music itself is like, just I don't know. It's not at all, like I do think that you can get like addicted to music in a way, but I don't have that relationship with it. I feel like, my dad worked in a paper mill and was raised by someone who's 100% Finnish. And I think those 2 factors in him created like a really intense, comfort with silence, comfort and need for silence. So it's like, I've like driven out to Montana with him a few times from the Upper Peninsula in Michigan. And it's like, there'll be like hours where we won't say anything to each other and it's comfortable and easy, And, the paper mill is like so loud that's like, we'll be just driving in like a silent car for a long time. And when I drive myself, I do that also. Just drive in like a silent car. And maybe I'll sing to myself every once in a while, as soon as I cross that Indiana line, I'm definitely going to sing Back Home Again in Indiana.
Hell yeah.
But then I'll listen like really intentionally to things, And when I listen to a record, I'm going to listen to it 4 times,
Right.
But it's like, it's a really intentional thing for me that, and I feel the most myself when I am hiking around the woods, or when I feel this like sort of indescribable connection with my voice and with the people that I'm singing with. When that flow happens in the right way, that's when I feel the most myself. And,
it seems to me
in
like
the flow.
It seems like you're people think that you're this huge extrovert, but you're actually an introvert.
Yeah.
And I think that we all are. I think, you know, it's convenient for us as people to sort of put things into categories, right? To make it easy to talk about. But nobody is I really don't believe that anybody is 100% just extrovert or just introvert, you know? Right. Like I would say that I think we're all on a continuum, and I would say I'm probably more on the introvert side of things, but I do love connecting with people through music.
What? God, you're pretty.
I have a question about the silence. I have a question about the silence thing, actually.
Yeah.
Do you find like when you're in silence that musical ideas will come to you faster because there's nothing like sort of blocking it out, or do you get more inspired when you're like listening to stuff?
Both. Mm-hmm. I think both are. You know, it kind of comes back to that balance thing again. Mm-hmm. I think both are necessary. And I also do periodically will do like days of silence, which happen because just from like losing my voice sometimes. And I found that I really liked it. It also feels like a sort of spiritual thing to not just like flap your jibs about things that you don't really need to and only communicate what needs to be communicated, you know? I don't know. I like it. And I do feel like ideas come to me more so when I'm moving, if I'm walking or driving or just like in movement somehow.
Yeah.
Is when ideas usually come to me. And a lot of times it is if I'm listening to something that inspires me, you know, I'll have to turn it off so I can think about whatever it is, whatever idea is like that's coming to me.
Yeah.
So why do you keep saying yes to all these fucking sit-ins?
Is she the sit-in queen?
She's a sit-in queen.
Really?
Yeah.
We love a good sit-in. I'm no
stranger. I love it.
Yeah.
My mom was one of 12, and I have like 100 cousins, and I just grew up where like the family gets together and we, you know, sing Indigo Girls songs and Beatles songs and various other, you know, Stone Temple Pilot songs and stuff. And it just feels right for that to be the way that I connect with people.
It's awesome.
You know, and I also have like incredible ADD. And so I think that it's just really good for me to be in like always a new situation that is exciting for me to always be. You know, it's like I belong to the band Hallelujah.
Yeah. It's awesome. Because like it's pretty amazing how you could just like switch to be the two different Lindsay Lou's. Like you have two personalities, like a split personality. You're this like extrovert ADD who's going to be the life of the party.
Tear up a festival.
Or you're the person who's like a serial killer in your car with complete silence for 5 hours.
Yeah.
I fucking love it.
I like it.
So going back to the family, and now there's like 100 kids and siblings and stuff. Did you feel like you really had to get attention? You really had to stand out really heavily, or was not the issue with your family? Like, did you feel like you were lonely and no one was giving you attention, or how did you feel with having that big of a family? Like, I'm so fascinated with people with huge families and how they become musicians because they want to be
the same. I grew up with a small family, so
yeah,
fascinating.
And I kind of had like the big and the small family because in my immediate family, it's just me and my brother. But no, I've always felt special.
Yeah.
And I've always felt, you know, like a individualist sort of, you know, my grandma had, like I said, like 100 grandchildren, but I felt like I had a really special relationship with her. And I just like, I don't know, I don't think I was ever bothered by needing to stand out. It's like my earliest memories of wanting to be a part of music. Like the first memory that I have of that is, one of the first ones is I remember my mom would always sing with my Auntie Melody. And my Auntie Melody and my Uncle Bernie. But my mom and Auntie Melody were like, lived in the same town. We're really close. And my Auntie Melody has a daughter, Harmony, my cousin. And I remember really wanting to learn Grandpa by the Judds and sing it with Harmony. And I like I can see pulling up to her house, and I had to be like 4 or something, 3 or 4, and pulling up to her house in Kingsford, and it was fall, and there were leaves everywhere, and I remember being like, in my mind, like, okay, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna go into her house, and I'm gonna tell her the plan. We're gonna learn this song together, and we'll sing together like our moms sing together, And then fast forward a few years, I remember my Uncle Stucky playing, he would always do Romeo and Juliet, which is a Dire Straits song, but he got it from the Indigo Girls. And I remember him singing it, and I remember my sort of cousin Janice and some other, there was always like, with that many people in a family, it's like there's a whole party's worth of people every time you get together of every generation. And so it's like, and the way that my grandma was this crazy hippie that took everyone in, it was like there was always extras, Right. So I would watch my Uncle Stucky sing with these, teenage, he was like in his early 20s, and these 17, 18, 19-year-old, whatever, people, they would sing together. And I remember being like, I want to be that. I want to do that. I want to learn those songs and be the one that's sitting next to him at the fire singing the songs with him. And he actually went to prison when I was, I don't know, an adolescent. And he was sort of like the life of the party. He was always the one that would take out the guitar and start the jams and the sing-alongs and stuff. Mm-hmm. And he was just like kind of a Chris Farley character. So he was just like a big personality. So when he wasn't at the family reunions, I felt like I needed to be one of the people that picked up the slack and learned how to play these songs, And I wasn't the only one. My brother plays, my cousin Jonah, and there were other, and Uncle Bernie. There's other people playing with the acoustic guitar, leading the jam. But I felt like a responsibility, and it was never like I need to stand out. It was more like I had these goals and I had these visions and these dreams of how I wanted to fit in and how I wanted to, what I wanted to do. And it's like that's all I can see is my vision of how I want to be in this situation,
And it seems like when people have visions of their dreams, they normally come true, right? When you have a plan, when you have a vision, a lot of people who are just kind of fishing for dreams and don't really have a plan, it doesn't really seem like it comes into fruition, even if it takes 15 years, right?
Kind of the difference between a vision and a dream, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you always knew this. So instead of a dream, it was a vision. You knew you're going to be on stage. Oh yeah. There's also this, I'm going to put this, I keep seeing these text messages come in. I got do not disturb.
Sit-in offers.
All the sit-in offers for the next festival.
Yeah.
Will you please sing a Judd song with us?
Wait, what did you just say?
The difference between dreams and vision. So, when was the first time you realized your visions are coming true? Maybe you saw a vision of you playing in front of 10,000 people when you were a kid, and then all of a sudden you're there, and it's happening in real life.
Yeah. I think I have a harder time of I'm trying to be more ceremonious about when things come to fruition, because I'm so much about getting there that it's
can't even enjoy the win.
You can have so much more awareness about the process, and then once it happens, it's just
what's the next one?
The journey destination thing.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. So I'm trying to be more ceremonious about you know, things happening and accomplishments. And I've another story that my mom has told me is like when I was 3, we were at this birthday party for her grandpa, and there was a bunch of people there on Harson's Island, and there was a stage in the room, and I don't know this guy, my mom's grandpa, you know? I don't know any of these people here, hardly. But I apparently tugged on her dress and told her that I wanted to get on that stage and sing happy birthday for grandpa to all these people. And
I will be headlining.
And I did. Yeah, I would like to headline this event. Like, show me where the microphone is. And I did it. And it's like, I don't, like, there was no, like, I don't know what it is in you that does that, but it's always been there for me, you know? And it always, and it just feels natural, you know? There's not like a lot of, I don't know. I want to say premeditation because I can't say that because there kind of is, but not in the way that it's like, I don't think, I'm getting trapped here and trying to put this into words, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It's just natural.
I get the gist, yeah.
So the question is when you're allowing yourself to celebrate the win, how do you keep fine tuning the dream so you can still have more wins? Does that make sense? What do you do?
Yeah, it's like sustainability is the ultimate win.
Right.
Right?
Totally.
It's like you're not looking for necessarily one big high. You're looking for something that fills you up, the right amount, you know, that is maintainable and can keep happening at the right pace with the right balance of all the things.
Right.
Till you die, right?
Right.
It's like, we're not going to retire. Musicians don't retire.
No,
right?
they don't.
So it's like, what is, like, how can I set this up that, you know, it's not like, you know, I've never had any interest in being a pop star. I mean, I did when I was like a little kid. But then I became a punk rocker and I was like, fuck pop stars and fuck pop music and the machine and all that, you know? And now it's like, you know, I want success in, you know, connection with people in a big way. And I want, but I don't want to be like, somebody that can't go to the grocery store.
Right.
You know?
I'm fucking miserable. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, and I honestly don't even think that, like, I think that I have such a thick field of the energy that I put out that, like, you know, I don't know, not that, I don't know, it's like Gillian Welch goes to the grocery stores in town and people aren't going up to her. And it's like, you just wouldn't do that. You can see her from across the grocery store and she has like, I really do think that there's an energy about her that it's like, she's queen. And not in a queen in like a rhinestone bedazzled sort of way, but in just like her spirit is so what it is that it's like, you're just not trying to fuck with that, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that there is a way to do that. And that's like ultimately, you know, what did you ask me what success looks like? Because I am on that road answering that question.
Bring it.
You're going. You're there.
going there. Yeah. We asked that about 5 minutes ago.
What, do you remember what you asked me?
No, we asked that 5 minutes
Just
ago.
for pedantry?
Now we're full circle. We're cooking now.
The circle
We're
of
back,
life.
We're cooking with gas.
We're cooking with gas. Give it to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I like, yeah, it's just sustainability. That's what it looks like. It looks like a way of my fulfilling my purpose, my life purpose, the thing that I feel like I have an aptitude and that I have passion about, you know, but it's not just one thing, obviously. like I've also need to spend time with my cat because I'm obsessed with the guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Hell yeah.
And I gotta be nesting the hell out of my nest because I'm also obsessed with that. You know, and I gotta spend time outside and on the water and in the woods and, you know, a balance of all those things. But I also want to sing for a lot of people and have it like move them and give them a moment where that's all that's happening. Nothing else is happening. Like that is ultimately what I want. And I have had tastes of it, but I want more of that.
Yeah.
You know, and you do that. You do that every time.
Oh, thanks.
You do that
Liz.
every time you play.
You know, you do too, actually. I was going to say the same thing. I mean, everyone is raving about you all the time, and I finally got to watch your show. I'm like, fucking A, dude, you're a bad bitch. But like, how do you approach, I mean, you know, you want so many things in life. This is a question I'm asking myself, but I think we're very similar in this, where we want it all. When you don't get to do all four things that you really want to do, how do you not beat yourself up?
Oh God, yeah. I always go back to the breathing. Honestly,
And the
I mean,
cigs,
I'm
baby.
like,
And the goddamn cigs.
Hey, that's
Liz.
breathing.
Keep smoking them cigs, bro.
That's breathing. Can't smoke without breathing.
I know it. Like, I know it is like a version of it, but yeah. I mean, I'm like the master of beating myself up.
Yeah,
you know,
same.
I'm fucking good at that.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
you want that is a skill that I have honed. You know,
Right.
with very much practice, and but you know, I went to this. I've like been trying to learn about meditation in various ways on various avenues over the last handful of years, and one of my favorite things I always kind of come back to is this workshop that I went to by my friend May Earlywine's dad, Michael Earlywine.
Yeah.
He gave this meditation workshop, and he was like, you don't need it to like have your rug on the floor with your candles and your silence and your hour timer. It's like you can be meditating all the time if you just, when you notice, first of all, you just have to be like noticing yourself, be an observer. And when you notice yourself freaking out or going back to whatever, you know, thing it is, self-abuse or, you know,
Smoking cigarettes.
shame or whatever the things are, smoking cigarettes. Oh my God. I like want to smoke a cigarette right now. I've wanted to smoke a cigarette this whole time. Like when you were like 10 minutes, I was like 10 minutes. That's exactly how long it takes me to smoke a cigarette. Maybe I can do this real quick before we do this. Anyway, but yeah, go back to like, you know, I like whenever I find my brain doing these things, and tobacco aside, it's like just like all of my attention, I am breathing. You know? And like, whatever. I also have like helpful voices in my head that people have given me, like my ex-husband, who I love so dearly. You know, he was like very, you know, just be very dismissive of things that aren't helpful, you know,
Right.
like very
Right.
extreme negative self-talk or whatever. You know, just like his demeanor, it's like I can, like, that's a gift that he gave me, that I can like hear his voice being like, nah, that doesn't matter. That's not the thing.
Right.
And that's been helpful, you know? So it's like your community and your people and your friends, and just like imagining them, and remembering that you are a breathing goober, you know? I am just a goober, and I'm breathing, and that is insanity. And
Yeah.
that's enough, you know? So it's like when I get into those tailspins, I try to go back to that, you know, and I'm on the right medicine. I found the right ADD medicine that
Yeah.
helped me tremendously, helped me from totally spiraling out. And like instead of like spiraling out for 3 months, now it's like a 3-minute thing.
Are you on
that I can
antidepressants?
walk away from. Mm-mm.
That's good.
No,
Or-
I'm on the
It
lowest dose of Adderall that, you know,
They dialed in the
I
dosage
take,
for you.
and like, yeah, and I like any higher dose is like too much, you know,
Right.
and I've realized that it's like I really need that 5 milligrams is the perfect amount for me, and I kind of like I'm like a little bit in my head about it, like twice now, including today. It's happened where I was like, did I take that? I can't remember if I took it. I don't think I took it. Why would I have put the pill bottle on its side? You know, so I guess I'm gonna take it again. But I also like don't take it in the afternoon a lot. Like I don't finish my prescription every week because it's not like a, you know, it's very much not like a party thing to me. It's very much like
Yeah,
Medicine.
this shit just like makes me feel normal.
Yeah.
And I like that a lot. And but that amount I feel normal and that's what I want. And I'm fine if I don't have that for like the afternoon or if I miss it or something, I'm still okay.
Mm-hmm.
But like I notice as like an overall theme that I don't just like fall into these rabbit holes that consume me for way too much time. With this, I'm not so easily overwhelmed and just feel, you know, kind of regular. Still all the things. I'm still like up and down in all the directions, but like in a way that doesn't, you know, put me into some serious darkness that is
Right.
debilitating. You know, or like mania that is also sort of scary.
Yeah.
Different kind
Isn't
of
it
debilitating.
crazy? Adderall, when you are ADD, it actually calms people down.
Yeah.
It's not like, it does not like cocaine where some people love Adderall because they love the speed effect.
It does that to me a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sell the
Yeah.
pills. Sell the pills. All the extra. Lindsay Lou becomes the Adderall
It just
dealer
makes me
at the end of the
normal.
month. She's like, I got 7 pills left. Who wants them,
It just
boys?
makes me like a friendly, normal guy when
Yeah.
I take it. Yeah.
I'm the same with mushrooms. Once I could take the microdoses, but the minute it starts like tripping my head a little too much, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I think that's with any drug, to be honest. Like, that's why
Yeah.
I feel like I'm kind of getting over drugs because every time I take too much of a drug, I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's just, I like having control.
I think
Yeah, what do you think?
I think we're getting to a point where it's like, you know, we're at this age where I don't want things to be harder. I want
Yeah.
things to be easier.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I am
Right.
I'm seeking ease.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
like when I start to feel a drug, like I'm on a drug or alcohol even, it's like that feels harder for me.
Right.
Like I have gotten used to just being me and
Right.
dealing with that and all that means, you know? But it's like the minute I'm like feel the influence, and mushrooms is like, yeah, I've realized that mushrooms, if I'm feeling it, I just want a cocoon at this point. I've
Yeah.
had nice times with mushrooms, but I've also had like horrible, like life-shattering times on mushrooms. But like
I hear you.
now
Yeah.
when
I
I
hear
when I do it, it's like I don't want to feel it because all I'm gonna want to do is like I need to be close to the ground, on the ground, in a cocoon.
Right.
That's all I want. And that's not what I want if I'm like at a festival or hanging out with people, you know?
Right.
Right. That's for at home.
God damn it. I could talk to you forever, Lindsay. You are just like so calm. You're like the Dalai Lama.
I
dude.
know.
Like,
You're very
it's like-
relaxing. Your voice is very relaxing.
yeah, you should. Oh, dude, you should start doing like
meditation, like reading
or
stuff.
the books. Like you should
Audiobooks?
Audiobooks. You should do like.
I do want to do that. I think about that all
Oh
the
my
time. I
God.
want to do it.
You
And
get
I
an
used to have this
agent.
manager whose husband does that for a living, and I was like, dude, like, hook a girl up. I want to do that.
Your voice
and
is
she's like, oh, it's very competitive and it's very hard, and she was very discouraging. But
Yeah.
I need to look back into this. And there's not very many Tom Robbins books on audiobook.
Right.
So I think I'm just gonna like do a Tom Robbins book and
Just send it in.
Just send it in.
and be like, that's gonna be like my audition tape.
Yeah.
You know?
Or just like put it on Lipson and just like have it up there.
She's like human Xanax.
yeah, dude, it's like
What's Lipson?
Lipson is like what podcasts. You can just put them up on podcasts anywhere.
Audiobooks.
So you could just like
Libsyn.
Libsyn's it's like TuneCore
Yeah.
for musicians and stuff. And they don't really test that shit. So you could just like do it and then you build a fan base and they can't stop you. Then you're just in there without having a manager say you can't do it. And that's what I do a lot. That's why I fired my manager.
Oh my God.
Andy's a big manager bypasser.
I'm a big manager bypasser, Lindsay. You'll learn that about me.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. If you want me to do something, like tell me I can't do it.
Yeah.
Because that shit is the ultimate motivator for me.
Same, dude.
I don't
I'm
have time
so
for
stubborn.
pants.
I'm so petty and stubborn. Like that was the one question I was going to ask you. Like, does jealousy drive you? Not in a bad
Jealousy
way.
is very annoying. I do like the compare thing, which like comparisons are odious and not helpful and also incredibly human.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm like, I do it and I also recognize it. But it's not ever jealousy and like I don't want that person to have that. You
Right.
know? It's like
I want it too.
it's like I also want that. Or you know, and it's not jealousy like feel any sort of negativity towards the other person, you know?
Right.
But like, I don't know. I am not inherently a jealous person. I'm like, you know, I love when people are doing well and I love when people have cool things and in all of my romantic relationships, I'm like so fiercely independent and I've always just kind of had like of natural confidence or something that I just don't feel, you know, like I can be flexed with. But until this one, I like have these like jealous girlfriend moments with Kyle and I like know I can see it, I can notice it happening and I can fucking check myself before I wreck myself and recognize it for what it is, you know? But I do feel it. I'm like, for the first time in my life, I have that like, I feel it.
Oh yeah.
I am admitting to you in a vulnerable way that I experienced that, you know, and like, I think it's like a little bit easier than it was in the beginning or whatever. But yeah, you know, I get all the human things.
I think we accept it now because we're doing cool things too. If we weren't doing cool things,
it does help.
It kind of helps with the idea of like, oh, yeah, I am being jealous instead of like, oh, I'm being petty.
I can just picture the person you're being jealous of also looking at your Instagram being jealous of you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, I think age helped us with that. Because when we were kids, we didn't realize jealousy. We were just pissed.
Right.
It was
a lot of that's just hormones too.
Yeah. Well, I remember like before I got successful that I'm still not that successful, but when I was a kid fucking grinding in a van.
Right. Making $8.
I'd be like, fuck this band for fucking doing this and fuck this and fuck that. And then now I'm more successful and I see other people being successful. I still get a little jealousy of me.
That's healthy though.
But I could see it now. I'm like, oh shit, I'm just being jealous.
More self-aware about it.
Yeah, so maybe that's the best part of growing up.
See, I don't think I ever felt that. I've never felt that like, fuck that person, fuck that. I'm always
Lucky.
like,
maybe it's a male
I want to
thing.
like listen more to that and I want that for myself and like that's sweet that what they're doing and like how can I do that too?
So maybe it is a male
or something.
thing. It's got to be a male thing. It's like this, like we're always driving for
I know
competitiveness.
girls that are like that too. Not that we're all not both.
Maybe
things,
it trends male.
But yeah, maybe it is a more masculine thing.
Yeah.
Spill the beans, Lindsay. Who's a shit talker?
Yeah,
give it to us. Give us who.
I know those. No, man, those Nashville songwriters. That Nashville scene's got to be so petty.
Oh, the Nashville scene gets petty.
There's so many of them.
Oh yeah, I know a lot of them that are petty.
Not the people I hang out with.
Well, you have
Not
good
people
friends.
I believe you.
like, yeah, I got good people. I'm like, I've never been a part of the Nashville that is like whatever is probably on the TV show.
You saw
you know,
that.
it's like I'm a part of the fucking bluegrass community,
Yeah.
and they
Right.
just want
That's
to
true.
pick.
Yeah.
They want to get together and they want to pick.
Your whole
And
crew.
I like that because I just want to get together with people and sing harmonies and sing songs and,
Hell yeah.
you know, and like write songs and, you know, all the people that I've interact with are in the same boat.
Yeah.
So I think we've got all the people in this scene are people I want to be around.
Yeah, like I keep wishing I met Vince Herman earlier in my life. And I feel like that whole crew, I think I would have got through my trauma a lot earlier instead of like my idols being like LA competitive people.
Yeah.
I had more like guys like Vince Herman and guys like that now are like my really
Uncle
close
Vinny.
friends.
Actually talented people.
Talented but humble and
humble.
like all about community. I felt like I would have got through this fucking jealous, petty thing way earlier in my life. But
Maybe.
this isn't a podcast, but this is a podcast.
But you got to go through the thing that, you got to go through what you got to go through. And at the time, you got to go through it.
You're right. Man, it's already been an hour. We haven't even talked about music. Maybe we got to do round 2 with Lindsay Lou. Can we do round 2 with Lindsay Lou in a couple months?
We just based on the fact that it rhymes.
I would love that.
Yeah, let's keep talking. I mean, Lindsay, I'm a very big fan of you. And I just think you and Kyle are like the cutest fucking couple on the planet, dude. I think about your relationship
We're pretty
a lot.
cute.
My favorite moment was when Kyle was interviewing and didn't want to have, and you like were crawling on the fucking floor so no one saw. I'm like, Lindsay,
Oh, when
we
he was on the
see-
pod or whatever? Oh, my
like,
God,
we
that is
see
so
you.
funny.
She's like a fucking cat. She
It's
just
like
wanted Kyle
thought
to
I had
have
my
this moment.
invisibility sunglasses on or something.
That's so good. Is he in your band?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't think so.
No, I was in a band with my husband for so long, And I like, I really like, I love playing music with Kyle, but I just so value being able to have a hard time on the road and lean on your partner for support.
Right.
Like
Yeah, for
we can
sure.
do that with each other. Where when you're in a band with your partner, it's like Josh and I would get off the road, and we did it. We actually did a great job of it. We were epic teammates.
Yeah.
But it's like we would get off. I would be having such a hard time on the road, and we would get home, and it's like now I have the sanctuary of home. And now I'm just fighting with him about what it is because he's involved in it.
Right.
Even if it's not like he's the issue, it's like he's so inside of it that like, it's just
It's like
it's just
association.
I like being able for Kyle to like call me and rant to me about something that he's experiencing and me be able to like have space to hold for that because I'm not a part of it. If I was a part of it, then we would be like arguing about the thing where, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just really I like us, it's like the prophet thing where give each other of your bread, but eat not from the same loaf sort of thing. That's like, it's nice to be able to like have her, and it's not that I like will never have musical projects with him or something, but it's like I just am at a point where I, and like some lady came up to me and was like, "Oh, he should be in your band. He shouldn't be in Molly's band. He should be with you because you're good enough." And blah blah blah. And I'm like, "Lady, he's not in my band because I'm not good enough, And then I start to get in
It's
my
kinda
head
like an assault
worry
on
about
you.
if people are thinking,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a backhanded
It's
compliment.
not even how it works.
It's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Petty stuff.
oh my god, it was something like that
me
anyway.
fight her.
And then, but it's like,
I'll
Fight
fight
over.
for you, Lindsay.
He's
Fuck.
not my band 'cause
I
I
really
can't
do
afford
think
him.
that she was trying to say something nice.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's like that's not it. It's not has nothing
Yeah.
to do with it. I like having this.
Your own thing.
Being in it the way that we're in it.
And like, can I just like have a person and not have to feel like I have to have every part of the person? Like, can I
Yeah.
have like his heart and his brain and not just his fucking amazing instrument?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck, dude?
yeah.
Like,
Also, the band he's in is great too. It's like
Yeah, it's
there's
like-
just a bunch of great bands.
all right, Lindsay,
Totally.
Molly's amazing too.
Anyway,
I love you. Get out there, go smoke that
I love you
cig.
too.
Yeah.
Take
Let's all
a
go have a
break.
cigarette.
Let's all go have a cigarette break.
Let's go have a smoke break.
No, but I'm proud of you. Keep going.
I
Keep
really
working
feel
on it.
like it's coming though. I'm about to quit, man. I'm
Me
about
too.
to really quit. I'm gonna do this cord cutting workshop with Chris Corsini, and it's gonna change everything.
Well, Fucking hey, if it works, send me all the info because I'm coming.
Good luck.
Check out Lindsay Lou on the road. She has amazing music. We haven't even talked about it, but our fans know who you are, Lindsay. We don't have to fucking sugarcoat shit.
The best way to find out music is to go listen to it anyway.
Yeah, go fucking listen to Lindsay. She's the best.
Totally.
She's got a good heart. And we didn't even talk about the Michigan upbringing. And the whole, weren't you like, aren't you like in the fucking deep in the sticks of Michigan? I remember Nate Williams. Do you know Nate Williams?
Oh my God. Yes, I know Nate Williams.
That's like one of our close friends. He was telling me some great stories about you and Billy and the whole crew. And pretty exciting.
I love Michigan.
Traverse City, right? You're from Traverse City?
Oh, I love going up there and playing.
Yeah. I am from the Upper Peninsula. Me and Nate and Adam are all from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, which is like
the woods.
It's a whole new world up there. It's like
Muskegon's up there, right?
It's its own thing.
Yeah.
No.
I'm surprised you didn't get into meth or anything. You didn't get into any meth or any of that shit?
I did not.
Good.
No.
I clapped that.
Was not.
Still time,
not a thing that was.
Still plenty of time.
Keep that pretty face, Liz. No meth. Say no to meth.
Not with those teeth.
You got good teeth. We don't want you to fucking destroy any teeth. Huh?
I never had braces either.
No,
really?
Just you know.
You're just genetically superior to both of us.
Yes, you are. You're that pure Aryan.
Did y'all have braces?
I didn't.
I did.
My teeth are fucked. But I also smoke a shit ton of cigs. How are your teeth not yellow from smoking cigs? They're pretty white.
I mean, I brush them every day.
Oh, every day.
And I use fluoride toothpaste.
Oh, Flora. Gotta brush your teeth every day.
Oh, even in the morning?
All right. Get out of here, Linz. We love you. I got one last question before we do round two. When it's all said and done, what do you want to be remembered by?
The love that I gave and accepted, gave and received.
The fuck? She's just an angel.
Concise.
That's an angel talk. That's an angel speaking to us.
I'm not going to argue with that at all.
Thank you. Thank you, Lindsay. Thanks for your guidance. Thanks for your words. Thanks for being on the show. We love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.